Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today?
Well, we're a lot better now that we're not sick anymore.
Awesome. Yeah, we've been gone for like a month because we've been not feeling good. I couldn't speak.
Neither could I.
So it's good to be back. Tonight's topic, I know we started 1 minute early. So tonight's topic is Section 8 housing. There's some things I want to talk to you about Section 8. There was a woman who did a video about this.
She did a vlog, actually.
And this, it's called a Curl Family Vlog. And this is her channel. Check out her channel if you get a chance.
She does Section 8, she does food stamps, she does a lot of
It's
stuff.
kind of hard to get. That's called the Curl Family Vlog. I'm not, okay. She did a video on Section 8. And tonight, I intend to do a video response to what she talked about. And why I think Section 8 is going to suffer. And the reason is here's the problem. We don't have enough taxpayers in this country to pay for all the entitlement programs. That's one of the things I want to cover that she didn't. We just can't keep paying for everything. There's just not enough tax revenue coming in.
No, there isn't.
One of the problems that we have is, number one, that's the first problem is 60 million babies were killed in abortion clinics. Okay?
Which is sad, I think.
I'm not talking from a religious standpoint. Let's just talk economics of it. That's 60 million people that are not paying taxes. That is 60 million people.
They're not buying cars, TVs.
That's right. They're not buying
groceries, all
consumer goods. That's 60 million paying consumers.
they're
Gone.
Just like that.
They're not buying real estate, cars, TVs,
Food, stuff like that.
iPhones, or anything like that. They're gone. There's no revenue coming in because they're gone.
That's right.
So that tax base
Is gone.
is no more. Then you have the problem of all these retirees.
The baby boomers.
The baby boomers who are retiring in droves.
Yep.
And once that happens and start collecting Social Security,
It's not going to be there.
they're not going to be paying taxes either. And they're trying to go back to work to supplement their income.
And some of them are so elderly they can't work.
So that's another issue. Here's another problem that could ruin it for Section 8, food stamps, or any other government entitlement. We have 10 million illegals in this country who don't pay taxes either.
Nope. But
Now-
but I think they should.
Now, at least they're buying consumer goods.
Yeah, but they're not paying taxes on any of that.
They're not paying taxes. That's the problem. That's another huge section of the population would be collecting tax revenue from to pay for Section 8, to pay for food
Honey.
stamps, to pay for other government
Honey.
programs we need to pay for.
But there's another problem. You got Section 8 housing. Good luck finding a landlord that will take you
Oh,
over a
yes.
student.
In Springfield, Missouri, we have a unique phenomenon
We
here.
have students, a lot of them,
We have like an influx of 80,000 students that flood the city.
to go to school or to
They
work or
monopolize most of the housing. So here's how it goes.
because they can pay all 12 months instead of month to month.
Right.
They
Here's
use
how
their student loan for that.
in Springfield, here's how it goes. If you're a student, if you're a landlord, what they are doing is the student comes in with these student loans and their bank accounts, and they come in and they pay the whole 12 months plus a security deposit all at once.
So the landlord doesn't have to go every month saying, "Where's my money? Where's my rent?" It's already paid for.
Right. So the landlord's going to collect about $10,000 up front from each unit that he rents out. Okay? That's a lot of money, folks.
Yeah. A lot
Then
of
he
money.
takes that money that the student paid, all 12 months in advance,
Yeah,
plus the security
deposit.
deposit. He also knows that student's going to be there for 4 years.
Yes. And he also knows that the student is more likely not to tear it up.
That's right. There's always going to be wear and tear no matter who you rent it out to.
Because that means it's lived in.
Right. But the students don't trash it like Section 8 people do.
Yeah, I mean, the house they trash is mostly the frat house.
What's happening is in Springfield, landlords are sick and tired of Section 8. They're fed up.
They say, "Do I take the Section 8 or do I student?" I think I'll take the student.
They'll take the student because they'll pay all at once, plus the deposit. They take that money, pay off the mortgage. Within 4 years, that student has paid.
Everything is paid for.
That landlord has made his money.
Yep.
By the time he's hit the 5th year,
he doesn't care if he moves out or not after 4 years because he's already got
now
his
he
money.
can take those deposits and reinvest them in interest-bearing accounts.
Yep.
Make 8-9% on his money versus HUD or Section 8
saying, "Where's my money?
They have to go knocking every month. Where's my money?
Where's my rent?"
And then HUD or Section 8 can delay payment for 90 days. So the landlord's not getting anything.
No.
He could be making money on that money. It's like he does with the students.
I mean, even though the student might leave that house for summer vacation, but the landlord is still making money even though he's not there at that particular time.
Students are more profitable. And they're going to be there for 4 years. You know that.
Yep.
Because they're in college for 4 years. They're coming in with their student loans, which help pay for housing and schooling and books.
And tuition if they need it.
They're building entire apartment complexes catered just for the...
Some money is
Okay, we're back. We're having connection issues.
We were talking about how these people built all these apartments like a month before students started school.
Here's the difference between the college students and Section 8. The college student pays all at once. Section 8,
all 12.
HUD can delay payment for 90 days, and then they may not pay the whole thing.
They might just pay part of it.
Let's say your rent is $600 a month, and Section 8 promises to pay $400 of it.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people work on Section 8, but what's going to happen if you automatically, for some reason, injury or whatever, you lose your job or you can't work? That's another problem.
Okay. The trend in Springfield is don't rent a Section 8.
Rent to the students.
Because what they've done is Obama's given them vouchers, so they're not stuck to a Section 8 complex. Now they can rent anywhere in the city.
So Obama started that, and Donald Trump is just
sounds good
increasing it.
To a responsible tenant. That is good.
Yeah.
If you
don't tear it up.
That's right.
Don't completely trash it.
Right. To a responsible tenant, that's a good thing.
You're gonna have wear and tear, but not like some people do it.
To the irresponsible,
don't trash as much.
We're going to do a YouTube version when we're done with this, so you'll be able to see this video on YouTube tomorrow.
And it'll be a little more polished than this.
It'll be more polished. There won't be any interruptions. It's all hard copy.
Yeah.
So,
we're going to get that problem fixed.
Here's another problem that landlords have experienced with Section 8. I'm not trying... It's that, or just low-income people who are irresponsible.
Honey, but our landlords going towards...
They're not all irresponsible. But too many of them are.
And they don't want to go through that.
They trash the place. And then the landlord's got to spend thousands of dollars.
Fixing it up to where he can possibly, hopefully, rent it
at least. It doesn't take long for landlords to talk to each other and go, you know what? This Section 8, they trash it. And I found a meth lab. I had to put in new floors. I had to do this. I had to do that.
I talked to
I can't make money.
I talked to a landlord that somewhere were like $70,000 on an apartment because the people that lived there completely destroyed the floor, everything.
Yeah.
He had to redo the entire apartment.
Section 8 doesn't pay for landlords.
No.
So they're steering in Springfield, Missouri. They're getting away from it. They're saying no to it.
They're saying, students, come on in.
Students, come on in. We got 80,000. That's unique to Springfield. It's not happening at Ozark, Nixa, Marshfield, Mansfield.
It mostly happens right here.
Here, because this is a college town.
Oh, yeah. Very.
So, it's happening, hello Marvin, unique to Springfield. So, what's happening is landlords don't want Section 8 in this town.
No, they don't.
They'd rather rent to the students because they can make money. They know that students will be there for 4 years. They'll pay all 12 months in advance plus a security deposit. They could take that money and reinvest it in interest-bearing accounts. Make 8-9% on that money all throughout the year. Versus HUD, which may or may not pay the landlord on time.
Yeah.
They could delay payment for up to 90 days.
And anyone that's joining us, I'm writing down your name so my husband will as soon as the broadcast is over.
So-
He'll get back to you.
And we're going to have
Right.
a YouTube version on my YouTube channel.
But you can get back to the ones that are watching
So
now.
please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeremiah Umans.
Yes.
Because my videos on there are clean, polished, uninterrupted,
Yeah.
and they're much better quality than I can do here.
But we enjoy doing Facebook because we get to interact with you.
We can interact with you
So-
here. We can't do that on YouTube.
So,
But here we can.
yeah.
So, like I said, it has to do between here and Section 8. There's another problem. Like I said, we don't have enough taxpayers.
Oh.
We got 10 million illegals who don't pay taxes. 60 million babies
Gone.
gone. They're not paying taxes.
They're not buying TVs, buying cars, buying real estate. They're not doing any of that.
You got
'cause
all
they're
these
gone.
people retiring, the
baby
baby boomers.
are up for retirement.
So they're not going to be contributing to the pot. And then on top of that,
We can't pay for food stamps, Social Security, all that stuff that they need.
out of all the taxpayers, we also have another program called the Unearned Income Tax Credit.
What's that?
That means you get money you
You didn't earn it.
didn't earn it.
Now, this guy here, my husband, he's gone out and he works for his money.
So I earn everything I have. And here's another thing. 48% of the taxpayer population, 48% of taxpayers pay no federal income tax. That's half the country. Half the country doesn't even pay an income tax.
We do.
So you got that on top of the 60 million babies that aren't there anymore. They're not buying consumer goods. 10 million illegals who don't pay taxes.
Nope.
The baby boomers retiring who are leaving, and they're not going to be contributing to the
workforce anymore.
to the system. You factor everything in, and what you have are
We'll see that.
there's not enough money to pay for Section
But
8
see,
foods. We're
but-
going to have to cut somewhere.
But the thing is he learned hard work from his mother because his mother was a nurse at Cox for 30 years. That's where he got his work ethic from.
And there's another contributing factor, and that's the Chinese government.
Oh yeah,
Now, what role do they play? Well, we have to borrow money, right?
we have to.
So this is how we do it. We either print it or we sell bonds. Now, they've been buying our bonds. Now, the last time there was a food stamp cut, guess who demanded it? The Chinese government, or they would not buy our bonds.
That's right.
They would only do it under the stipulation we make cuts to the food stamp program.
That's right.
And we depend on them to buy our bonds to fund this country and keep it afloat.
But they say
They're the only reason our country's staying afloat, folks. We don't have enough people paying taxes, and one day that gravy train's going to end. The Chinese government's going to wake up one day, and the bankers are going to decide, we're tired of all these weeds.
that are out there. We need.
They're not doing
They're not
anything but
producing
taking our
anything.
money.
They're not producing anything.
They know the national debt's over $20 trillion, and that the chances of us paying it back are slim. So now the big banks are deciding, well, you know what? We're going to start putting stipulations on this money we're lending America. So if I were an international banker or the Chinese government, this is what they're doing. They're putting stipulations on it. Okay, you know what? We'll lend you this $100 billion
Yeah.
to keep your country afloat at such and such interest rate. That's what the Federal Reserve and the international banks can do. But then they'll say, you know what? There's too many people laying around not doing anything. So we want you to cut the food stamp program by another 5%. You cut the food stamp program by 5%, we'll loan you the $100 billion.
Yep.
That's what the international banks are going to do.
That's right.
And it's already happening.
Yep.
So the money, the bonds that we're able to sell are being sold with stipulations. And you can't blame them. If you're loaning money to someone, you can add stipulations to it. It's your money.
That's right.
He who has the gold makes the rules. That's always been the case.
But it also goes the early bird catches the worm.
So if you own the gold, you can make the rules. You can decide, because throughout history, the welfare system has never worked. This welfare system that we know of
It's not working very well now.
started in the 1930s under the New Deal. Back then it was kind of primitive. Then Tricky Dicky came along and increased it that much more.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like it didn't. It doesn't look like Donald Trump is doing anything to stop it either.
Donald Trump is trying to cut it. He's the front man. It's not his decision to cut food stamps or anything. He's going along with what the big banks are telling him.
He's just there to
Our
tickle
presidents
your ears.
are front men. They're not the real people in power.
They just talk a lot.
Okay, they're the front men.
They talk.
It's the international bankers in the background making all the decisions.
Because there's a lot of people working under Donald Trump that you never hear about because they do things behind the scenes. They're not in front of the camera like Donald Trump is.
Trump's just the actor playing the
part
role of the
and
president.
talking.
He's just there for
He's telling you what
you want to hear.
What he thinks you want to hear. He's just going to tickle your eardrum and that's it.
Obama did the same
Very
thing.
well, I might
All
add.
presidents tickle your ears. They have a particular audience, demographic they appeal to, so they give a lot of sound bites.
They do a lot of speeches, but there's
tickle
still
your ears.
behind them working that
Yes.
you don't see them.
It's the lobbyists and the big banks behind them that are making all the decisions.
They're just telling you what they think.
And I'm telling you,
want to hear.
There's not enough tax revenue coming in to pay for everything. The people that are loaning our country money
It's not going to do it forever.
are doing it with stipulations called "put your people to work." We're not going to support a bunch of lazy bums.
Nope.
And that's what they're saying.
That's why Donald Trump is trying to cut it.
And eventually the money's going to run out.
And then whoever is on it is pretty much screwed.
Because the woman that did those Section 8 videos, now I'm adding to what
She did.
she has done because I've got information she may not be aware of. There's more going on behind the curtains that you may not know about.
So it's kind of he's not really rebuffing it. He's just he's throwing in his 2 cents.
My 2 cents worth. This lady, she did an excellent job, but now I'm adding to it.
What's her name? You said you're gonna do a shout out to her. Do you remember her name?
The curl.
I had it on there a minute ago.
There we go.
Does she have a real name?
Yeah. I'm not very good at this.
Do you want me to hold it?
There we go. That's her channel. Okay, check it out. She got
We're doing a shout out to her tonight.
a playlist called Section 8,
Yes.
which she has done. I think she did a pretty good job.
So we just want to do a shout out to her.
Right. We're just doing a shout out to her, complimenting her. And I'm going to do another one on my YouTube version. But
Keep going.
like I said, it's not just Section 8, but federal programs in particular.
Yep.
The truth is, there's not enough tax base. 48% of Americans don't even pay a federal income tax. They get unearned income tax credit.
And then the illegals don't pay anything.
Illegals don't pay tax, but at least they're buying consumer goods.
You want your show?
They're buying iPhones and TVs and designer jeans and automobiles. At least they're buying consumer goods.
At least doing that, yes.
Yes. The 60 million aborted babies aren't even doing that. That 60 million consumers gone. Consumers who could be buying consumer goods, contributing to the economy, creating jobs, and creating a larger tax base to pay for all those entitlement programs. Because it's a Ponzi scheme. You have to have a tax base at the bottom to pay for the top.
Here, Daddy, he wants this.
If you have no bottom tax base,
He wants a shot. There you go. Okay.
then you're in trouble.
Who's this? It's a kitty cat. Isis.
Hi, kitty kitty.
This is Isis, Huncha. Yeah. He thinks he's a star cat, don't you?
Are you a star?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He loves his daddy. Who's got you? Daddy got you? Huh?
See?
You want to say hi? Say hi.
He thinks he's a star.
Hi.
He thinks he's famous.
He's smiling. What are you doing? He smiles when Danny has him. Okay. Yeah. All right. You saw our kitty cat. He likes to be on camera once in a while.
That's my 2 cents worth on Section 8. Why I think it's going to disappear someday. Because in Springfield, landlords don't want it. It's failed.
Honey, you should tell him about everything that he's talking about and things that have come to pass. Do you know that his dad knew about it before it actually happened?
All the landlords I've talked to hate it. And they want nothing to do with Section 8 anymore.
Because I said, are you going to
It's
rent
a
to
failed.
them?
failed program.
Because I mean, we talked to the landlord. He goes, I got more students than I had regular attendance because they're not destroying my.
They're not destroying
property.
the property. Yeah, students come in, they pay the whole thing, and they
All
don't tear the
12
place
months.
up as bad.
No, they go to the cake house to tear up. That's the house they tear up.
The fraternity house, yeah. But I'm telling you, that's the trend. But only because we're a college town. And we have so many students, supply and demand, they flood the market.
Yeah.
Landlords tend to cater to them because they pay the rent. They don't have to go knocking, where's my rent?
And the landlord knows they're going to be there for 4 years.
Yep, they got them for 4 years because they're going to be in college for 4 years. They know this. They know this.
And they say, oh, great, here comes a student. He'll pay all 12 months. He's got a student loan.
Yes, they know this.
They're not, landlords are not as stupid as you think they are. They're very bright.
So a college student is far more profitable than a Section 8 person would be.
And the landlord, even though if the kid goes away for the summer, the landlord, he's still making money even though he's not there at that particular time. He's still making money.
We talked to a
And then
landlord.
landlords talk-
He got pissed off with Section 8.
And then landlords start talking to each other.
They do talk to each other.
And they're saying, well, he's doing that, he's making money, so why am I drowning? And then they'll think, well, yeah, I'll evict the ancient house, I'll get a student, and he'll pay me right off the bat.
Go to the courts. They have to have them evicted. They have to clean up meth labs a lot. Some of them are full of roaches. Some of them are just, oh my God. The list goes on. I talked to several and they're all pissed off. They want nothing to do with Section 8.
I mean, we have a bug guy, and he goes, there's some apartments I get into that are just totally covered with the roaches. I wouldn't want to live there.
And they're probably Section 8 people.
Some of them are.
Not all Section 8 people are bad.
There are some good ones.
Some
that
people
will not tear up the
are
apartments.
very responsible.
Now, any place you rent is going to have wear and tear. That is just normal for being lived in. But you don't need to destroy the entire apartment.
My brother is tuning in. Hello, David. So
where are you tuning in from?
I don't know.
His brother's a truck driver. He goes all over the world, basically.
So Wednesday night, I'm going to talk about my business plan to how I intend to monetize my videos.
How are you now?
Because
this is a new one.
I'm totally self-funding and autonomous.
Yes.
Because I hear these YouTubers go on and they talk about, oh, they're defunding, they're not monetizing my videos. They're saying I'm not ad-friendly. You know, right from the get-go.
Yep.
I don't want advertisers. I want to be my own advertiser, my own promoter. Totally autonomous.
Hello from California is where your brother's tuning in from.
So, yeah. So right from the get-go, I'm totally autonomous. This artwork, that's all my artwork behind me. Everything you're seeing is part of the branding that I'm doing on myself. The shirt I'm wearing, the artwork behind you, it's all part of the branding. Creating my own brand. He's in Sacramento. This is one of the pieces that I've done. We put out, I'm not very good at this yet. Dadgummit.
You're working on it. It looks good from right there.
Okay. We put out like 120,000 copies to date.
Yep.
Over $1 million worth. Not bad for one little guy.
Boy, his brother's in Sacramento, California. I wonder how hot it is up there.
Anyway, I just want to touch up on Section 8 housing tonight and the unique phenomenon in Springfield. If you have a Section 8 voucher in Springfield, you're almost guaranteed not to find a place to live.
You got about another 5-10 minutes.
It's a curse in this town.
It's 9:24.
Because the landlords would rather have the students that paid the whole thing, and they've got the students for 4 years.
Yes.
They don't tear the place up as badly.
They don't destroy it all.
The landlords don't have to go begging, where's my rent money?
Where's my money?
Versus HUD, which can delay the landlord's money for up to 90 days.
And so he's not getting anything.
Anything. He's not, and he may not even get the full $400 that's allotted to him. Yeah. They may only pay a portion of that, like they do Medicaid. That's why Medicaid patients have a hard time finding doctors.
Yeah. About 55, almost 55 degrees.
It's 35 here in Springfield.
Well, where your brother is.
It was 70 the other day.
Yeah. Well, he says it's about
yesterday.
But he says about 55 in Sacramento right now.
But like I said, it's good to be back on Facebook Live. It's been a month since we had our last broadcast. So.
Well, we couldn't talk.
We couldn't speak.
We couldn't speak. We were coughing all the time through
Yeah.
the entire thing. And I didn't think that would look good.
So, like I said, Section 8 versus the college student.
Yeah.
Landlords are steering toward the college students in
Yeah,
Springfield,
they
Missouri.
are.
That's the phenomenon.
They are.
Only because we're a college town.
That's all, and that's the only reason.
Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah.
Marshfield, Nick said, "Oh,
Well,
it's not happening there."
The only way they were closing a mall down somewhere, but here the Battlefield Mall, the only reason that it stays open because it's right in the middle of Medical Mile between Mercy and Cox.
We have a strong middle class here. That's why our
and that's
shopping
where
malls
most of them
still
shop
exist.
there.
But
But they're right in between both hospitals, Mercy
Like
and
I said,
Cox.
you got landlords in Springfield. The majority of them in this town no longer take Section 8.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck finding a landlord that'll take it.
Yep.
Because a lot of them,
Because
sorry.
you stand there and there's you and the student. They go,
No.
see ya. I'll take the student. Thank
they
you.
won't tell that to your face.
But
behind the curtains, what they're doing,
there's a deal going on.
They're taking
with
the students instead because the students pay the money. They don't tear the place up as badly.
I mean, there's wear and tear, but that's just because someone is living there.
There's always going to be wear and tear no matter who it is. But the
They don't
majority of the
destroy
people
everything.
on Section 8, unfortunately too many of them,
Destroyed the entire apartment.
are reckless and irresponsible. And that's not all of them.
But
There are
that's
too
a
many
major-
of them.
Well, there's too many of them doing that.
And too many landlords are getting pissed off and upset.
See,
and now
I've
they
had
want
it.
nothing to do. They've had it. They've had it.
I gave it a chance, and they screwed me
On top
over
of that,
again.
HUD doesn't pay the landlords like they're supposed to.
No,
So
they don't.
why should they rent to a Section 8
Right.
person versus the college student?
Exactly.
College students come in with their student loans and fat bank accounts.
They have a. I mean,
we, the taxpayers,
students,
gave them.
Students have a clean slate, you know.
Yeah, they come in with their student loans. They think nothing of paying the whole 12 months at
There
one
you go.
time. Yep.
Here's your rent. Here's a scare deposit.
And they're going to pay
I'm
it again
moving
next
in.
year, and
I'm
the year
moving
after
it
that,
in.
and the year after that. They know
Because
they
did it
got
for 4 years.
a guaranteed income for 4 years,
At
and they don't
least.
have to go knocking every month for their rent. They know that.
They're not.
Why do you
stupid.
think they rent? They built an entire complex here called Alpine. It's all students.
About a month before school started,
It's all students.
they were done.
Every
with
bit
that.
of it.
And people are going. Well,
It's a moneymaker.
Yeah, well, see, people are going. Where are they building apartments for who? The
Students, not for low-income families, not for Section 8. Section 8, that's a curse in Springfield.
We're taking the college kids.
That's right. The landlords have choices in this town. And the college students are profitable. Big
Very,
moneymaker.
Very profitable.
So, only because we're flooded with them. About 70 to 80,000 of them every year.
They come to go to school or work or whatever.
Now, that's unique to Springfield. And
Very.
it's only unique to college towns.
Mm-hmm.
Where the smaller communities around us,
They don't
no.
do that.
No.
They'll just rent probably to anybody. But in this town, landlords have a choice to either you or the student, and they'll choose the student every single time.
Yep, they sure will. And the closer you get to the campus, the more likely that is.
Exactly. Because kids like to be near campus.
So any Section 8 housing we have in Springfield is way on the west side, away from the college campus, way up north by Norton Road, far from the college campus. And there's not as many students that far north because it's
They're
too far.
mostly on this side.
Mostly we're on this side because OTC, you got Evangel, you got BBC,
SMS,
MSU.
yeah.
And so there's several universities within us.
Mile radius.
Yeah, and so the students live close to the campus.
Say, well, I need to be close to the campus, so I'm going to live
So-
here.
They monopolize the majority of the housing in this town, especially in this part of town.
And actually, it's kind of weird because the students can live in a house now instead of having to pay for a dorm. They live in their own apartments
So,
for 4 years.
Landlords love
and landlords
students.
love it. They're saying, I mean, they'll take the student
So,
every time.
Yep, students are profitable.
Oh yeah.
As a landlord, I should know. Students are profitable.
Yeah.
Very, very profitable.
Yep.
Because
But-
they're there for 4 years, you've got a guaranteed income. You don't have to go begging for the rent every month.
No, you
So-
don't.
That's why students are better money makers in Section 8, which HUD doesn't pay. because they can delay payment for 90 days. The landlord's got to beg on every month, then they have to spend hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands,
to fix the apartment,
to fix it up because
it.
the tenants have destroyed it. So this Obama program of vouchers has failed because too many of these Section 8 people trash the place.
Yep.
They're not responsible.
They're very good at it.
Now, there's a few that are responsible. The ones that need it and are responsible, that's great.
They don't tear it up. But that's not all people, and a majority of them like to tear stuff up because it's not their stuff. It's the landlord's stuff, and the landlords are going, okay, I gave you a chance. You trashed it. I think next time I'll take a student.
Yeah, students are more profitable, that's for sure. And like I said, we don't have the tax base to support a lot of these government subsidies.
No, we don't.
So you're going to watch more cuts come down the pipeline. And the people who own the gold make the rules.
That's right.
So when they start saying they're going to start cutting food stamps or limiting what you can buy on food stamps.
They mean it.
They mean it, and they can do that. It's their money.
It's not, and not illegal. So
it's not.
Not anymore.
Their money, their rules. And they can. I mean, you look at WIC. WIC limits what you can buy. You're limited to milk and bread.
Milk, bread, and cereal and stuff. And
I think diapers. You can buy diapers with WIC
but that's
too.
just until. But after the baby is grown up,
so
you're on.
Their money, their rules.
Your own.
People don't challenge that.
Nope.
Food stamp program. What they want to do is now they want to connect the two programs.
Well, honey, you make too much money to get food stamps.
So once the two programs are connected, then they can limit what you can and can't buy. And they're free to do that. They already do. You can't buy cat food.
We were on the internet.
You can't buy toilet paper.
And they said you can't buy. But I've seen people go to the convenience store and buy lottery tickets and beer with their food stamps.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
We watch people, and they wonder why they're poor. They spend.
And then they get their paycheck, and they say, "Oh, great, we got money. We'll go out and eat." And by the middle of the month, okay, why am I broke? Well, because you spent all your money going out to eat.
You went out to eat too much. Spent too much money on scratcher tickets, Keno tickets, cigarettes, alcohol, drugs. That'll put you in poverty faster than anything. Folks, you want to stay out of poverty.
You gotta cut some of these things out.
You
like
gotta
drugs,
make choices.
Alcohol, gambling, all of that.
You gotta make choices.
I mean,
people.
we watched a show where this woman won the lottery, and she ran out of money 30 days after she won it because she went and bought all this stuff because she had lottery money. It's
really amazing the things that I see and witness.
How much money? What did she lose after she spent it all?
She won 100,000, blew it all within like 30 days.
No, it lasted about
3 months. 3 months. Take this 3 months.
3.5 months. And then they went and played scratchers again, and she lost $60. She said $60 on tickets, and they were all losers. $60 on scratch tickets, and they were all losers.
It's totally amazing the mindset of people.
Do your story about that girl that came in where you work.
I've shared this story before. We had a girl come in.
It's her daughter.
She had a 4-year-old little girl. Sat at the counter, right?
Playing scratcher tickets.
She's playing scratchers. And she had a whole pile of them. Maybe
$30?
$30 worth.
Yeah.
And then she says, I have no money to buy groceries.
And of course, our food stamps don't get loaded till tomorrow.
Yeah, my food stamp card hasn't been loaded.
Okay.
But she just blew $30 on scratcher tickets. Hello, Tracy.
And I mean, I don't care if you eat, but I'm gonna feed my child.
That $30 she spent on scratcher tickets could have bought groceries.
And she could have fed her child.
Exactly.
But
it's choices people
no,
make.
Keno was more important to her than feeding her child.
I know someone that spends $20 a day on Keno tickets and wonders why she can't afford a new car.
And she really needs a new car.
She needs it, but she'd rather spend it on Keno.
Yeah, she would rather.
That $20 a day could be going towards a new car.
But no, Keno is more important to her.
But our topic was Section 8, and I'm glad you tuned in. And
that haven't seen Tracy Tillman in quite a while.
Yeah. So
Hi, Tracy.
I was just trying to explain why Section 8 is a failure, why landlords are rejecting it. If you talk to the if you know some landlord, you might be a landlord yourself.
And trust me, they do talk to each other.
What has your dealing been with Section 8? Has it been positive for you? Probably not.
Or has it been good for you, or has it been bad for you?
Are you begging for your rent money?
Every month?
Is your tenant trashing the place, trashing the yard, your carpets? I mean, it's just amazing.
Do you walk in the house and you see like 10,000 roaches that you never had a problem with until they moved in?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, is it really paying off for you?
Not much.
Probably not.
At all.
Probably not. So, you know what? Too many landlords are getting fed up with it.
Saying, you're out, student, you're in, come on.
That's right. Section 8 is a curse in Springfield because
Yep.
landlords talk to each other.
Because now landlords have a choice. They can rent to you or not.
Yeah, they have students that come in, thousands of them, and they're more profitable.
And they're there for 4 years.
Yep, guaranteed income. But that's unique to Springfield because we're a college town. That's not happening in Ozark, Nixa, Marshfield, Mansfield.
No.
That's not happening there.
Because it's a smaller town.
Yeah, there's no big
We're
universities.
huge. We got Evangel and
hello, Diane.
And Missouri State.
So that's
OCC.
that the phenomenon we're having in Springfield is just there because of the universities and the influx of students. So, and that's what I had to say. And that, like I said, we don't have a big enough tax base to pay for all these entitlement
Not
programs.
really. Not anymore.
Not anymore. And I just explained why there's no tax revenue. 48% of Americans pay no federal income tax.
Hi, Diane.
48% pay no federal income tax. You got 60 million babies that are gone. They're not paying taxes either.
Nope.
They're not buying consumer goods.
They were killed.
So
they were killed when abortion clinics.
that tax base is gone. You got 10 million illegals who don't pay taxes, which they should.
They buy food, but they don't pay taxes on that.
And they're all out there saying, we want to be American citizens. Great.
Pay taxes then.
Pay taxes. You want it, you got it. I'm all for the dream.
The American dream.
I don't want them deported. I want them to stay, but I want them to pay taxes.
Oh yeah.
And contribute.
And another thing, if you're gonna come here, learn English.
I want them to pay taxes. I'm glad they're contributing to the economy because at least they're buying consumer goods. Okay, these 10 million illegals, they are buying cars, iPhones, TVs.
iPads,
That's a good thing.
Tablets. All
That's a good thing. Those 60 million aborted babies are gone. They're not even doing that.
Nope.
That's 60 million iPhones not being sold. 60 million vehicles not being sold. 60 million color TVs not being sold.
About 700 of iPads not bought.
No iPads being sold to them either. They're gone. They're not contributing to the tax base. You have to have this tax base.
To make the people.
It's a pyramid. It's a Ponzi scheme. Without that tax base, you can't pay for all the people at the top.
It's kind of like George Carlin said.
The whole thing will crumble.
It's just like John. It's just like he said. George Carlin said, that it's a pyramid, and people, wonder why they're poor, and he goes, well, it wouldn't take long. 2 years, the whole thing would collapse on you. 2 years.
I think the economy is a bubble. It's going to pop. We're too far in debt on a consumer level. Too many Americans are too far in debt. On a national level, your local municipalities are in serious trouble. City, state, county are all in trouble. The whole thing is going to, at some point it has to. Look at Greece, you look at Venezuela, you look at Brazil.
Honey, let's not scare them.
I mean, it happened there, it could happen here. Look at the numbers, folks. Math doesn't lie. No. We can't keep kicking the can. At some point, it's going to go.
Honey, people lie. Facts don't.
Numbers don't lie. Mathematics never lies. It's always honest.
There's only one right answer. 2
+ 2 = 4. That's it. So, we're going to end this live video. I think I said everything I wanted to say. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're getting ready to reshoot this video for YouTube.
Which will be a little more polished than it is right now.
More polished, under 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for tuning in, folks. Thank you.
Well, it was nice to hear from you, Tracy. You should join us more often.
And tune in Wednesday night.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about my comeback.
Mm-hmm.
We've been gone for a month. I'm going to talk about
how things have changed.
What I plan to do to increase my channel views.
Me too. Same
on
thing.
YouTube.
Me too.
And so if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. It's free, costs nothing.
Yeah.
It's under the same name I have on Facebook, Jeremiah Umans. You can find me. I'm easy to find on almost any social media platform.
When are you going to start working that separate website you want to get Jeremiah the Bullfrog?
So,
are you going to get that up?
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Now we're getting ready to shoot for YouTube.
Yes.
We're going to shoot another version just for it.
So, share, comment, and like. That's how you support us.
Thank you.